So Tom, we're looking at the number one selling 4x4 in the USA.
Yep.
You decided to bring it to Australia, finally.
Yeah.
What kind of tipped you over the edge?
Well, I mean, Australia loves trucks. I think that much is clear. Look how many Rangers we're selling. It's a strong market. And as you said, the F-150 is the number one selling truck in the US, has been for the last, well, over 40 years. So it wasn't a matter of if, it was always a matter of when, I think, for us. We've spent the last 2.5 years really getting this product right for the market. We think we've hit the sweet spot for what customers want.
Now, getting the truck right is a bit of a challenge though, because we're talking about a vehicle that started off its life with the steering wheel on the wrong side.
Well, it depends where you come from, right? Yeah, on the other side, yeah.
And that remanufacturing, I mean, what goes into that, mate? It's simply not a case of just moving the wheel left to right.
Look, I like to say that the easiest part of the job was moving the wheel from the left to the right. There's so many other things that we do, particularly around the things that you can't see, such as things like the cross-car beam and all the things behind the instrument panel. That what we've done is basically do what Ford would have done in the US, but we've just done it here. So that's why we call it remanufacturing rather than conversion. Because what we're doing is as close as possible to OE level manufacturing.
And I mean, you're obviously going to have to manufacture some new parts to make it all work the right way. How many parts are we talking about?
There's about 500 in total that we either change or modify.
Under the bonnet, you have gone for a petrol V6 engine.
Correct.
Aussie four-wheel drivers are used to turbo diesel four-wheel drives like we find in our Ranger.
Yes.
What made you go for that?
Well, it's the number one engine for F-150 in the US, and this truck is primarily built for towing. So it was a no-brainer for us. It's got more power and torque than the V8. And as far as diesel, unfortunately, the diesel was discontinued in the US. So for us, it just made sense to bring in the 3.5 litre V6 EcoBoost.
Okay. And what sort of brand new tech are we actually getting in this vehicle, or what sort of features that you might not find in the rest of the commercial range?
Yeah, sure. So one of the really cool features that we've got is the Pro Trailer Backup Assist, where you can steer the trailer from a dial on the dash. Then there's other things like the 6.5 foot box, and just the sheer volume of the cabin as well is quite unique.
Yeah. Mate, what's your favourite feature?
My favourite feature is actually the back seat. Whenever I've gone on long road trips and I've been driving with a bunch of mates, you can't get near the back seat because everyone's like, no, this is my spot, right? So that's probably the back seat and the power and performance of the engine. I think you've driven one now. I think you'd probably attest to the performance.
Absolutely, mate. And the way that it pipes that engine note through the speakers is really cool. You might think that with a V6 you might miss out on some of that, the jazz of the exhaust note, but you don't.
Oh, it sounds fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. That's the 18 speaker B&O stereo as well in action.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.